Against Zidane.
I was tough, Baker. Do you know why? Honestly, people still to this day don't realise how big he was. I played against him. I'm quite a small guy. I'm, 5'10". The best thing when I used to play against Zidane, the advice I would get from my friends in Ireland would be, the technical advice they would give me is, just kick him. I used to say, he's 6'2". He can deal with that. What I loved about Zidane, he was nasty. He'd been sent off 7 or 8 times before that. Yeah. I think a couple for headbutt when he was at Juventus. So I'm like an angel next to him. Don't worry about that. I'm like Mother Teresa. And he looked like a footballer. And his name, with that name, he wasn't going to be a chef, was he?
He was probably Zidane. Just an elegant player, brilliant player, big physical player, 6'2", but just a great touch. Glides along the floor. So yeah, I would pick Zidane. Couldn't get the ball off him. He was massive. He was physically strong, obviously technically good, mentality good. He was just the all-round. But it was the biggest surprise I've ever had on a football pitch. I actually wasn't even on the football pitch, lining up. We're lining up to go against him, against Juventus. And I just stood next to him. He was just massive. See him on the telly and you just thought he wasn't that big. Over physical player, but he just used his body in the right way and you couldn't get the ball off him.
Zidane, I think, what a player. I've played against him a lot of times. It's very difficult to play against someone you can't get the ball off. You never know where he is, and to played with somebody like that would have been great. He's won the World Cup, he's won everything. He played in that unbelievable Madrid team, unbelievable Juventus team, and if I had to choose somebody, it would be him.
Taken aback by Zidane. Right. He was just off the scale in terms of ability, and not anything that he would do. It's not like he would go and blast a ball in from 30 yards in the top corner every time, but you just pass him the ball, and the way he takes a ball, the way it's almost like it's just on a string. The ball is on a string when he plays. It's always within a certain area, a certain distance of him. When he runs, it's almost like it's part of his body. It was just, and if you pass him the ball and he wanted to turn on a certain angle, he could just manipulate a ball and do it all in one movement, just amazingly well. Yeah. Strong, quick off the mark. You tried to get near him and his arm would come out and he just push you away and burst out. He was 10 yards away from you. He was really, really good.